This is a single target double legendary test using Frenzy Band here, 254 eye level. This is done on 17th January 2022. So I think Frenzy Band is definitely the play. You can see my new opener here. You precast Brutal Slash before stealthing. And then what that basically means is you will get a Brutal Slash to start a combo leading into your first Convoke and Berserk, so you should be able to proc some more Blood Talons. One of the things I like about the Frenzy Band combo is you're able to use it in pure single target as well as when additional mobs join the fight. I think the other best pure single target combo to be using will be the enhanced Rip and Moonfire and Rake damage one, but that only works on pure single target. They both work out to be about 6 to 6.5%. The advantage Frenzy Band has is in some encounters where there's a hardened range, you'll note that typically one of the bosses, for example, the Worm boss, has a 6-minute enrage. You can actually have a slightly favorable Berserk time at the end, have extra buffed Berserk and hold your last TF, and you can actually deal some extra damage if you were playing along to a 6-minute timer. So this is actually pretty good damage. I think I did 12.7k DPS here, pure single target. It was pretty moderate RNG. You can see in the Convoke tracker, which actually tells you what your Convoke score is based on crits and abilities cast. I got 2 good Convokes, I got 2 poor Convokes, and I got 1 average, I think, in this pass. This does involve Moonkin Weaving, which probably contributes 4% of your DPS. I think that's pretty standard. We've been doing this since the start of the expansion. Pretty good. Some things to note with Frenzy Band, if you haven't been playing it exclusively before, is that you need to figure out, based on your stats, the actual damage dealt by Shred versus Break, so you can figure out what that sort of priority is towards the end of your Berserk. So what I tend to do, if available, is I actually shred and let Break fall off, and then I shred and roll Break one on. That's simply because a shred with the Frenzy Band buff, followed by Ferocious Bite, will do more damage than the Rake over full duration. So that's actually something that's quite interesting with stats and calculations that I did in this test. We won't have access to the 3-minute polearm going to the next tier, so there are a couple of good trinkets that can be used single target. Files obviously a good not on use, as is the new Tazavesh trinket that gives you quite a load of secondaries which you won't crit off. You can possibly use the Resto Shaman. There's not too many classes that have crit as the highest stat. In terms of on use, you can use a PvP trinket, which I did not use here. I think going into Prog, having that 252 on use weapon is going to be a lot safer than using the 3-minute DOS trinket, the inscrutable quantum device. But depending on your kill timers, you can have every second Berserk buffed rather than everyone with quite a large buff. I think the easiest on-use trinket to get, if possible, is to get the PvP 1-minute trinket, which does have crit naturally and on-use. You will notice with this build that a large chunk of your damage will be pretty much your Convoke is 20% of your damage is cast 4 seconds, 3 seconds over 3 seconds every minute, and then also, of course, your Berserk window as well is a large chunk at 6% of your damage right there just from the shreds, and then there's additional Ferocious Bites as well. So that trinket actually works quite well. And I think it's quite easy to obtain at a reasonable eye level, even if you're not a PvP god. You can also do the classic get carried and just get that one trinket. You will also notice, I believe in this one, you are able to keep Rip running for the entire duration. You don't need to cast Rip more than once if you play perfectly. If not, typically the rule I use for Rip Refresh is that in my last Tiger's Fury before my Berserk is coming up, if the Rip is in pandemic range, as in less than 7.2 seconds, I will refresh it with Tiger's Fury Rip. Otherwise, based on my testing with these stats, you can pretty comfortably extend it, the time required to get into the Berserk. Another nice thing with Frenzy Band is that you're guaranteed to always have the 2 minute berserk, even if you have quite bad RNG. So this is the end of the video coming up, and I will be doing a legendary selection video based on the raid bosses and M+ content, etc. after this, and I'll be releasing that shortly after my extensive testing. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. See you next time.